Well, I really feel like it's been a long time since we've been together. Actually, it has been a long time. It's been a few weeks since I made that risotto for you guys, but you know what? Yesterday I made this rotisserie chicken. No, it wasn't really rotisserie. It was just roasted. But you can use a rotisserie for this. I'm using the leftovers to make a chicken pot pie today. You wanna make one too? Super easy. Like I always say, easy peasy. You guys wanna know the ingredients? Stick with me for 1 second here and we'll go through them. The rest of your chicken, it's about 3 cups shredded. 1.5 cups of chicken stock, 1/2 cup of flour, and 1/2 cup of milk. 1 potato, 1 carrot. I threw a few green beans in here just because Joe had them growing nicely in the garden. They sounded delicious. Then we're gonna get some seasonings ready. 1 cup of milk. And then for our seasonings, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use a teaspoon and 1/2 of salt. We're gonna use 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. We're gonna use 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. Actually, I wanted that to be 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, so look, I took out about 1/2 of it. Yep, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Yep, just put that to the side. And we're gonna go ahead and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna boil up the carrots and the potatoes until they're just fork soft. So you know how to do that. I'll meet you back here right after we do that real quick. See you in a second. So now that we've got the potatoes and the carrots on the stove, going ahead, getting them boiled up, we're gonna dice up, I don't know if I mentioned it, but we need about 2/3 of a cup of a diced onion. So I'm figuring a nice small one about this size should do it. So we'll go ahead and get that diced up while the carrots and potatoes get cooked over there. Yep. I like these little trash cans. I use these little trash cans on my counter. Make life easier. Anyway, wonder what you guys have been up to. We've been busy gardening. And I also made a cherry pie. You guys want to see my cherry pie? Hold on, let me cut this onion real quick and I'll show it to you. Let's just do this real fast. Get that cherry pie over to you. I don't want those things to boil. We're so hungry. Joe's anxious to take a bicycle ride. I don't blame him. It's a beautiful day outside. I've been busy making pies all day. I don't know. Cherry pie earlier. Gonna make a little bit of a chicken pot pie now. Yeah, it's hard to pay attention to you guys when I'm cutting onions, especially since I wear bifocals and right now I'm wearing far-sighted contacts. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's just not cut the fingers off. Look at that, was nice, right? Easy. Did you guys see how to do this? I feel like I've showed you this before. I wonder if I can get a close-up of this if I try to hone in. Let's just do this. Don't ever do that with your knife. That's so bad. Do it with this side so you don't scrape off your nice edge. Anyway, cut it in half and just cut off one edge. Don't cut off the other, and cut some slices down it right along its lines. Not necessarily along its lines, but you know what I mean. And like this. You guys all know how to do this, right? Easy. Not. You're gonna be so excited right now, making life easy. Did you guys know that onions only make you cry when you're not using a sharp knife? Because you know what? That onion juice splatters into the air, and just like I guess anything that splatters into the air, it gets into your eyes and stuff, makes you cry. Yeah, so my knife is sharp, so I don't cry, even when we're dicing an onion. See, look at that, how nice. Voila. Get to the end, turn it a little. Again, I'll cut your fingers off. And yeah, that's all that's left. Can we cut that off too? There you go. Waste not, want not. That looks like 2/3 of a cup to me. All right, let's go ahead and check on the potatoes and carrots. See if they're getting boiled up fork soft. I doubt it. It's only been a minute, but we'll be right back together. Well, it looks like the potatoes and carrots are just about fork soft, so we're gonna go ahead and move all the this stuff right over to the stove, and I'll move the camera over there in a second, and we'll go ahead and we'll make up some quick chicken pot pie insides. As far as the pie crust, you can either buy one, or you could make one of those little, like, I don't know, boxed crusts, or you could make your own crust, but you're gonna have to go to my YouTube page and find my beef flaky for yourself. So truly, I made a delicious pie crust, and you can too. So yeah, I'll meet you over at the stove. Well, now that we're over here at the stove together, all I've done without you is I melted that half a cup of butter, and I'm actually going to saute in my onions next. So we're gonna go ahead and saute these onions in for 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'll jump back with you guys, okay? So you know, they're just gonna get soft. You always wanna sweat your onions. I know I tell you guys this before, but sweat your onions. Don't sweat anything else. Yep. See you in a minute. Well, now that my onions are nice and sweaty and buttery and soft, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to actually first add in all my seasonings. So you remember we put in here a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, a 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and a 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in, mix that all up. And then, just like any other gravy or sauce, I am going to put in some flour, and I'm gonna thicken it about 60 seconds here. Maybe not quite. But you know, you wanna cook the flour because you don't want it to taste like flour. It's gonna make a nice, thick, oniony, flavorful roux. Good gravy. That looks good. You guys see what we're looking at? Oh yeah, you see. Yeah. All right, so once you get it that far, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take your 1.5 cups of chicken stock. We're gonna slowly add that in. Obviously, we're thickening it up. Okay, now that your chicken stock is added, you can see it's super thick still. No worries. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shut the heat off, and we're gonna add the milk. We're gonna stir that around. Now look, there's everything. That's your gravy. Now you don't really need to do exactly what I do, but you can. So that's finished, obviously. We're gonna first go ahead and remember the carrots. I didn't actually cook the green beans. I'm just kind of throwing them in here now because they're gonna cook for about a ½ hour in here, and they're fresh. So the other thing I'm gonna throw in, and I know you can't see me behind you way over here, but I am going to throw in a cup of peas, I'm hoping. Yep, I sure am. You guys got lucky. Sorry for all the noise right there. But let's measure out about a cup of peas. You know, let's measure them like this. Yep, that looked like a cup to me. Stir that up. All in there nice and thick. Look at that, doesn't that look great? What's it missing? Yeah, you're right. It's missing chicken. Don't forget we have that chicken over here from that rotisserie you bought, or from that chicken you roasted and had leftovers from. So, without anything else, there it is. Check it out. I'm gonna get a nice wooden spoon to actually stir that since I've caged some vegetables right in here. But that's it. Next thing you're gonna do, obviously, is just put it in your pie crust. So, chicken pot pie. Voila. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Let's move over here and get a pie. Well, look at this. We're over here with my pie crust. You can tell mine is homemade because, well, it doesn't look perfectly round, does it? It doesn't even matter though. So I'm just gonna scoop the insides for my pot pie in here. That was really fast. 15, 20 minutes. As long as you get your ingredients together. Joe's been pretty anxious waiting for me to go for a bike ride, but once I throw this thing in the oven, I think we're good to go for a little while. Yep, looks good. Spread it around. Don't judge my wooden spoon, all my other ones were dirty. Yeah, it looks good, right? So don't forget the top shell. Yeah, not too perfect, but no shame in my game. Yep, just tucking it in a little because this thing's gonna get juicy. I do make a darn good crust, so I can't wait to eat this with all the bubbling stuff out of it. You guys are gonna be sorry you're not having one today when you see this, but yep. Okay, so anyway, here's my knife from earlier. Just cut a couple nice slits in it. This is so that it doesn't end up with a pie puffed up like that. You want to go ahead and let the air out. So I'm going to go ahead and put an egg wash on this, which is just 1 egg with about a tablespoon of water all mixed up. And since I'm going to be super quick about it, I'm not even going to actually use anything to line that thing up with my fingers. So if you want to wait 1 second, we can do this together. Yep. Quick tablespoon of water in there. Yeah, look at that. You want to beat an egg with your fingers? It's so easy. Look at nothing. All right. Anyway, so egg wash your pie. This is so it gets a nice brown end on it. I like to use my fingers because I can control what I'm doing then. Yep, looks good. All right. 425, did I tell you guys? 425 degrees for 35 minutes maybe? We'll check it. See you guys soon. Before I forget, you guys, put it on a pan. It's definitely gonna bubble over while it's in your oven. So there it goes. Well, there they are in all their glory. Cherry pie from our cherry tree earlier. Chicken pot pie that we just made together. Hold on 1 more second and I'll show you a bite. Ah, there it is. I know that's what you're really waiting for. So I, of course, got the first piece out of the pie, so it didn't come out so nice because it was really hot, but let's see what it tastes like. Looks pretty hot still, but there we go.